shouldn't Congress be the one taking the lead on this initiative? As Monty mentioned, perhaps an assault weapon ban, expansion of background checks, and funding for mental health.
I think the thing that we will do, like we deal with any issue, just like the issue that we're dealing with today with H.R. 1, what did we do? We didn't just write a bill here. We went across the country to get all the facts. That's exactly what we'll do, and look at the facts. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just a quick follow-up on that. President Biden is calling for an assault weapons ban. Do you see that on the table? And a second question on just conversations around the debt ceiling. Any progress there on meeting with the president on that issue?
All right, let me walk you through. I know we're here for H.R. 1, but I appreciate all your questions. We will get all the information how we deal with any subject, and we'll work through it. Unfortunately, the president, back in 2011, he called them the Biden talks. I sat down with the president on February 1st. We had a good discussion. He said he wanted to meet further. He actually tweeted out afterwards that he wanted to have further discussions. He told us the very next morning, not just myself, but he told those members who went to the prayer breakfast that we're going to meet. He told the Democratic Congress on their retreat that he's going to have a meeting with me. He apparently doesn't want to meet, and I don't understand why. We're very reasonable, responsible. What we do know, especially after the Congressional Budget Office came out, that America, taxpayers will have to pay $10.5 trillion in interest in the next 10 years, even though for the last 80 years we've only paid $9 trillion. We do know for the first time in American history, based upon the Democrats' rise in spending more than $6 trillion more dollars. $6 trillion more. What happens? Well, if you studied economics, if you had the pleasure of years past, Milton Friedman, one of the best economists ever to come out of America, told you that there's only one place inflation begins or starts, and that's with government, when they spend too much. We've watched interest rates have to rise based upon what the Democrats have done. Now we watch that there's a bank crisis. But we've got a president in office that seems to treat issues the same way. Afghanistan he missed and set us back decades. We watched him tell us that inflation was transitory, that it wouldn't sustain itself. We watched him slow to action when we asked back in 2015 to give the Ukrainians javelins so they could defend themselves so Russia would not invade. Now we're watching him do the exact same thing, but it's more dangerous because he's dealing with the American economy. I don't understand why he thinks the debt ceiling just gets raised. We're sitting here believing that if we curve our spending, what will happen? Lower inflation. If he signs H.R. 1, it will lower inflation, bring more American jobs, the global environment will be stronger, and you know what? He no longer will have to get in a plane and go to Saudi Arabia and be embarrassed for begging for more oil. We can make American oil with American workers. So I'm sorry. He needs to change his behavior. Go back to the person he said he was, that you need to sit down. Our government is designed to have compromise. We don't have a predeceived idea of where it has to go. But I think there's three things that we should look at. We should be able to lower, save, and grow. Lower our spending, save the taxpayer money, and grow our economy, just like H.R. 1. You know, we talk about what it will do to energy, but if you want to build anything in America, you need H.R. 1. You want to build a road, you want to build a bridge, you want to have a permitting process to put solar or wind, on average 5 to 7 years. And you wonder why China continues to jump ahead. Well, we say no more of that. Sign H.R. 1, and we'll make America stronger. But more important, Mr. President, I'm ready at any time, at any moment. I'll come tonight. It doesn't make it difficult to sit down and negotiate and find common ground to make America a little stronger and make sure we stop overspending. Yes.